listening to the sultry sounds of Trilogy Productions. Yes. One of these days, I'm going to get you to say yes. When we come in, like, yes. See how you knock it off. But yeah, we in the building. Am I loud? Yeah, you always like cringe at the beginning when I be like,
no,
yeah.
Eating candy and it was hard on one side.
Yeah.
And it hurt my tooth.
Oh man, don't hurt your tooth. Yeah, we're in the building. I am VA Verse. Across from me, as usual, is my lovely wife, smiling Z.
You listen to For Better or Worse?
What
What you
happened?
call me?
Huh? I said my lovely wife, smiling as usual, Z.
Oh,
What you talking about?
it sounded like you said C, and I was like, who the fuck is that bitch?
Wow. Yeah.
And happy anniversary to us.
Yeah. Happy anniversary to us. It's our anniversary.
Hey, hey.
Anniversary.
It's our anniversary.
Sing it again, baby.
I'm sorry, I was grooving.
It's good. That's good.
But yes, anniversary. Man, we've been together forever. Well, it feels like it anyway.
How long is forever?
We have been together 13 years. And we have been married for 9.
For 9 of them things.
But before we get started, thank you to everyone that's been rocking out with us. Rocking out with your cocks out. Probably not. Rocking out with your vaginas out. You know, it doesn't matter. Maybe we shouldn't rock out with our vaginas or genitalia out. But you've been rocking out with us, so we definitely...
Okay.
We definitely appreciate you guys for listening.
Awesome.
So we appreciate you.
You appreciate it.
You know, I'm a little hyped up. I had some candy with the churn.
Is that why you so hyped up?
I think so.
I thought you were just hyped because, you know, we have a great show and you like spending an hour alone with me talking.
We're not alone with you. We have our guests that come over to listen to us.
Our cuzzos. We're going to call them. We got to get them a nickname. They're going to be cuzzos. That's the cuzzos.
Our cousin. Where's that from?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. See, I'm taking your
What is it?
movie card.
What is it?
It's Poetic Justice when Tupac went and crashed the cookout. And he was like, Cousin Pete. Cousin. See, you suck, babe.
Your voice, the tone of your voice was off, though. That's not how he sounded.
Yeah, okay, so it's my fault.
It wasn't an accurate depiction.
I'm happy. I don't know about your boy, since he won it.
I am happy.
See, he always acting out when he get around company. I tell you. But we appreciate you guys for listening to us. But back to it. It's our anniversary. We've been together for one long time.
9 years married. How many years?
I told you.
What do you mean?
I said it in the beginning of the podcast. I said 13 years together.
Oh, I knew that.
9 years married.
I knew you
So
said
you don't
that.
listen to me. It's okay.
I knew you said that.
We had a podcast about that too.
Oh, wow.
That is cool.
Yeah, go check out another episode called Verse Doesn't Listen. Yeah, definitely check that one out. So, yeah, like you were saying, shout out to everybody. And, you know, we have been married for 9 years. It'd be like super cool and like smooth if we was to like tell y'all like, yo, we didn't do our episode didn't come out on Sunday because it's our anniversary on Tuesday and we wanted to do an episode on our anniversary. But we be lying. We actually just a situation where
Your boy
left some equipment at the studio.
Which he never does. He never leaves his equipment. Ever. And this is just one of the times that he did. But it's cool. It's fine that we get to hang out with you guys for a little bit on the anniversary tip.
Get closer to the mic, baby. Yeah, you gotta put your mouth on it.
Like this. Really? Yeah. For reals?
So yeah, so yeah, that situation happened, so we didn't record. And here we are. I guess everything happens for a reason. Here we are on our anniversary. Happy anniversary, baby.
Happy anniversary, my luck bug papalopolis.
9 years.
So tell the people how you propose to moi. Do you remember?
Yeah, I think we talked about this on another episode, but we'll spare y'all for those that hadn't listened to it yet. I proposed to you. I went and I bought a ring, and we at that point in time had our money pot pulled together, and it was cash. And I came home and I sat you down in the room and I made the most serious face that I could make.
Because I was getting dressed because we were on our way out. Because the funny part, I'm sorry not to interrupt the story. The funny part about us is that the day that you asked me to be your girlfriend is the day that you asked me to be your wife, is the day that we got married. So it really works out for us. But yeah, so I was getting dressed anyway because we had, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm stuttering. I was getting dressed anyway. Because we were going out for an anniversary dinner. So, yes. So, you sat me down.
I sat you down, and I made a serious face. And I was like, babe, don't be mad at me. And she was like, oh, well, what is it, Terrell? Like, she'll never be like, all right, I won't be mad at you. She'll just be like, well, what is it? What's going on? I'm like, don't be mad at you. Don't be mad at me. I'll try. So, I'm like, all right. I spent some money. She was like, how much money? I was like, don't be mad.
You was like, a lot of money.
A lot of money. I was like, don't be mad. A lot of money. She was like, how much money did you spend, Terrell?
And what did you need to spend a whole lot of money on? Because you wouldn't tell me the price, and we don't need to disclose the amount.
And I told you the price. I told you the price. I said, I spent X amount. And you was like, well, what the hell you needed to buy with X amount of money? I'm not sure exactly how the conversation went down, but I ended up getting down on my knee.
But I was annoyed, and I was just like, why did you need to spend this amount of money, and why do you need to tell me now? And what is going on? What did you buy? What did you buy that you needed to buy? Because, I mean, at this point in time, we were still young. So I'm just like, ugh. He is being irresponsible and frugal with the money.
Unfrugal.
Yes, yeah, you know what I meant. You're not being responsible with the funds. What the heck did you need to spend this amount of money on? So tell me what it is.
Was it justifiable?
Well, what else happened? So you got down on one knee.
I got down on one knee, and I was like, marry me.
Will you marry me? Damn.
What do you say? Damn. Are you happy now?
And I kind of had an idea that you wanted to, but I just didn't know when it was going to be. So I was surprised, of course. I was really happy. I was like, oh my gosh, gotta get married. So that's how he proposed. And speaking of which, so that's how he proposed. And then fast forward to May 28th, 2010. We went to Vegas. And you know what? A lot of people, I have just realized, is that a lot of people have gone to Vegas to go get married. I really didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. Like, because I've never been.
You know, personally?
Yeah. Like, I've never been ashamed to say that we went to Vegas to get married. It was actually, I mean, we were super young. We didn't have that much money. I think the main thing that we maybe have spent a lot of money on was for my dress, and we didn't even spend a whole lot of money on my dress. I'm just not a shopper. I'm not into, let me get my earrings and let me go get this expensive ass dress. Like, it's just never been my thing. And it's not, anything bad for those who like to shop. I mean, my daughter, Elle Boogie, she just turned 5. But she loves shoes. She definitely did not get that from me. I hate
You said
shopping.
you said when she be looking at old pictures, she be pointing out what shoes she had on.
Yeah, because I was showing her some old pictures from on her birthdays previous, and she's like, "Ooh, look at those shoes. Oh, those shoes are pretty." And I was just like, "You're not even looking at the picture. You're looking at the shoes." So I don't know where she get that from. I hate going shopping. And shopping makes my ass itch. I just be like, oh my gosh, I want to get in there, go get what I need, and get out. That's why Amazon is for me, because I hate shopping. The only thing that I would say that I will take time and energy to do is my nails, which I haven't got my nails done in a long time, but that's something that I'll be like, and even then, sometimes like after going for like months, every 2 weeks for a certain amount of time, that gets tedious. It's like, okay, I gotta go get my nails done, but I love them after the fact. But yeah, so reeling it back in. So I mean, the dress wasn't anything too spectacular.
Was it exciting to shop for your dress though?
No, not really, because remember, I think I had bought a dress and it was wrong. I think it was blue. It was supposed to have been white. They sent a blue dress.
I remember that.
And it was like right before, it was like maybe the week before or the week of the wedding. We found out that they sent us this blue dress. It was like blue, like royal blue. And I was like, okay, well, I just have to find a place to go get a dress. We didn't have time to swap it. We didn't have time to really dispute it. So I had to go to, and I just went to this little Mexican spot where they be selling quinceañera dresses. I just went over there. And I mean, it wasn't really exciting because I had to find a dress, make sure that, it fit and it was good. And it had to be in a certain amount, it had to be in a certain price range.
Yeah.
So it was kind of not hectic. It was just annoying because I had it, or I thought I had it done. And it was incorrect. And that's what I get for ordering a dress online. I learned my lesson. But yeah, so no, I mean, it was quick. I went to one store.
You kept that dress, right?
My wedding dress?
The blue one.
I have no idea where it's at. I mean, after we moved a couple times. I remember seeing
didn't it have like a little
shawl thing? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't that bad. I mean, I was glad that I only went to one store and they had a dress and it fit and it was in our price range. So I was like, cool. Perfect. So we ended up going to Vegas. But there's another lady that I work with. She got married on the same day as us, and I think she said she went to Vegas as well. So there's a couple people that, I wouldn't say I know them personally, but they're associates, and so
gotcha.
Yeah, that they said that they went to Vegas, and everyone. The crazy part about it is they always like, Sin City, can't believe you're going to Vegas, Sin City. What's funny is everyone's marriage that I know of that went to Vegas, they're still together. And they've been together like 10 plus years. So I'm like, yeah, that's what's up.
That Vegas marriage.
That Vegas
major
life.
Keys. So that was how I proposed to you. And then, like you said, we went, progressing in the story, we went to Vegas to get married because we got engaged in 2000
It took us
2008,
years?
Maybe. I want to say 2008.
Yeah, we'll say that.
So we got engaged in May 2008, and then we moved to Arizona. You guys, there's a whole story on that. The episode is called 3,000 Miles, I believe. So we moved to Arizona in 2009. Events happened, blah, blah, blah. We got married in 2010, in May 2010. We were staying in Arizona at the time, no longer in Virginia.
We got married at the Graceland Chapel.
Yep.
Which was pretty dope. I was kind of leery about getting married in Vegas because I knew goddamn well that I did not want Elvis to marry us. I was like, get the fuck out of here with that.
Why?
I was like, that is because that's such a Vegas wedding, and I just didn't want all of that.
I was like,
Michael
Jackson?
No,
No,
I didn't want any of that. So I was like, no, we're not gonna do
Otis
that.
Redding?
Huh?
What if it's Otis Redding, the real Otis Redding?
Then that's different. But I wanted it to be as serious as possible. I knew I wanted it to be in the church.
Yeah.
So we got married at Graceland Chapel, which a lot of stuff ended up coming with it. Pictures ended up coming with it. They decorated the church really nice for us. So that was good. And the preacher was actually really good.
Yeah, he was cool.
He prayed over us and he said some serious stuff. It wasn't like a drive-by, wham, bam, thank you, officer, I'm going to go ahead and let's get married. He really took what he did seriously. And it was really nice. I don't remember the reverend's name, unfortunately, but from the Graceland Chapel back in May 28th, 2010, he was awesome. Like, I really dug him. So he was good. Then we took pictures, of course, and then we stayed at the Stratosphere.
This is our first Las Vegas experience.
So
there's like roller coaster and like a club on top of Stratosphere, which we've never been to.
No, we hadn't. We didn't go. Because, I mean, that was our first time in Vegas, so we was trying to do a whole bunch of stuff.
Now, go ahead.
Would you say that sex is better before or after marriage? What do you think?
It was better after marriage.
I agree.
I don't know why. Because when we got married, we had to go upstairs to our room to change out of our wedding clothes so that we can go out to eat and have a good time, you know. So we went upstairs and
your boy
she was
just could not wait. And
she was just looking good in that dress. And she was like, Mrs. Robinson. She was Mrs. Robinson now. Like, I ain't never had sex with Mrs. Robinson. I had sex with Simone Baker, not Simone Robinson.
Really just go to...
If they follow you on Facebook, they see your name.
I can't say you.
But I didn't have sex. This is a new chick. So, you know, I was like, and this is cool. Simone Baker's cool with me having sex with Simone Robinson. So
I'm like, look, we have people downstairs waiting for us so that we all could go to dinner. This guy really did not give a fuck. Like, he did not care at all. So we ended up getting it in real quick before we went.
Hey, downstairs. Real quick. It was a long time. They was waiting all day for us. All right, I'm lying. It was real quick. It was real quick.
Simmer down.
So we went and we got dressed. We went downstairs. I think it was downstairs in that hotel. Where's another hotel? It was the same hotel, right?
I believe so.
I think so.
Yeah, we just went to this little spot and we ate, and then they had us dance.
They didn't have us dance. There was a little, there was like a little DJ guy there. Like, he was playing songs and he was like, you know, talking to people. And he was hyping everybody up, stuff like that. And then somebody, I don't know if it was me that told him that we had just got married. Somebody did, and he shouted us out. And it was my idea for us to go dance.
Your idea. Because I did not want to. Do you remember why I didn't want to?
Because you was embarrassed.
No, it was because I think your sister-in-law had said that she had just got off the phone with the grandparents, which is her husband's mom and dad, and they said that Aaliyah, Breif missed us, and she was crying, and I was upset because I had never left her. Not only did I leave her, we left her with. Would they be considered in-laws?
Yeah.
Not in-laws.
Yeah.
Really?
In-laws.
But we had left them with, her uncle's parents, which, I mean, they were cool and all, but she just never stayed with them, and we had never really been away from her for that long. Right. So she was upset, and that upset me. Yeah. So
that was a rough thing, but we did choose to leave. We did choose to leave Leah back in Arizona. Because, you know, we were getting married and we didn't want to, you know, have our weekend. I mean, we didn't want to have our weekend, our bachelor. What is it? Honeymoon. Yeah, we didn't want to have our honeymoon weekend be destroyed by a damn kid and be constricted in Vegas. We wouldn't be able to do the things.
Yeah, I think she was, two, almost 3? So, yeah. So we decided. And I was just, you know, I was just upset by it because I missed her, and you know, she's upset, and now I'm feeling like less than. So I'm like, oh, I love my job.
Yeah, but
She's
did
so
that?
sad.
But did that dance make you feel better?
Wait a minute. Okay, so I talked to her first, and then I came back and danced, right? Or
No,
did
you
we
danced
dance
when
and then we went? Because I remember I went and I used the phone. I don't know if it was before or after.
I think you were good by the time we danced. I remember the dance being great.
Okay, so then it was before then.
I remember.
Then it would
I
have
remember
to be
great
before.
vibes.
Because I remember I did talk to her.
You remember how you felt when we danced?
I know what actually this is.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm sorry, it's El Boogie, and she wants to tell me about an earring that she clearly got off my dresser.
It is. It
which
was on the
means that
dresser.
She was on my dresser. What do you need? I'm doing a podcast. What you need, ma'am?
I know this is Nana because I saw her have this earring.
Oh my gosh, that is
Yes,
great.
She did have the earring, and I appreciate you. But we're doing a podcast,
So
we'll call you back.
we did leave. Leah was 2 years old. We did leave her in Arizona, and so we can have some damn fun. And that's what we did. But so it was funny because Z is normally embarrassed by stuff like public dancing and stuff like that. Like me personally, going back to the proposal, I wish I could have proposed in her like in front of a bunch of people and
Hell
or
no.
like, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But she not down with that.
No. I mean, if that's what you decide to do now, then that's what you decide to do. I just don't really like being the center of attention, which is crazy because I have no problem with public speaking. I can talk all day. But if you're like, oh, we're going to say thank you to Simone, everybody is smiling and clapping, that shit's for the birds. And I hate when people sing happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, and just smiling on your face and clapping and singing and shit. I hate that. I hate that shit. I just be like, oh.
So you hate it when the people walk
my
over there and be
God.
like, "Hi everybody,
happy birthday.
This today is Simone's birthday. Sing birthday song with us. Happy birthday. Every I don't know if they do. Hey, do they? I don't know that song. I think that song's whack. They should do. They should like. I'm gonna start singing "Happy Birthday" to you. I'm like, "Hello,
No,
everybody.
you need not
Can I have
to.
your attention?" Well, I don't got no glass with the silverware. Ting ding ting ding. Can I have you guys' attention? I'm going to sing "Happy Birthday" to my lovely wife. Happy.
Oh, no. Wait, first of all.
Happy birthday to you. Y'all laughing.
No. First of all,
I'm telling
no,
you,
you're
singers.
not.
I don't know why singers do that. Why do they do that little crackle?
I don't know,
voice
but
thing?
whatever you be like, I'm gonna sing. First, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna throw something at you. Quiet. I know one thing. Yeah, it's stuck there. I know one thing. You're not going to sing like that. You're not going to sing to me anyway. You know what? I hate that. And you know what? Y'all stayed fucking singing to me. Stop doing that. I don't like it.
I don't do it. You know, I don't bother you.
Anyway, yeah, I just don't like stuff like that. I'm just a complicated individual, I guess. But yeah, so I didn't want to at first. I didn't want to do the slow dance. But he was like, come on, start working.
I don't even know what song was playing.
I don't know.
I feel like it wasn't that great of a song.
Because I remember I was upset because I had just talked to Brett's man and I was just, sad. And then you were just talking to me during the dance. So it was great. So it ended up being great.
How did the dance make? Do you remember how you felt when we were dancing?
I was a little embarrassed at first. But then it's kind of like everybody faded away. And I know that sounds all corny.
It's true, though.
But it is. It was like everybody faded away. I didn't see anybody else but you. Mm-hmm. Which is weird because you haven't danced with me in public since then. I remember
it's not something either one of us really do.
Pops's reception. I tried to get you to dance with me at his reception thing that it was on. And your boy would not dance. No, I don't want to dance. He would not dance with me. And I was like, come on. He was like, no, thank you. I'm going to dance. But he owes me a dance.
I owe you a dance? What dance after the podcast?
No. You owe me a dance in front of people. Like, if everybody else is grooving and dancing, you need to groove and dance with me, too.
I'm going to do this. All right.
No.
I don't know what that is.
But, I mean, you can twerk that booty for me anytime.
And right in. We're moving forward in the podcast. The Warriors and the Raptors are in the finals in a gut-wrenching rivalry.
We're talking about that big ass
No.
rump roast you got that shit on your back. That's what we talking about.
NT ways.
So yeah, so that's what we just wanted to start off with, just telling you guys.
Oh no, we're not done. I know. Yeah, but so we got married, right? And we did the dance and everything was cool. But I had a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
I had a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
So, that night, I don't think we did much that night. I think we was like, yo, we gonna play some flood pupping slots or something, get some drinks. We got like a couple drinks. Mm-hmm. Got some orange juice and champagne, water from the little Circle K or whatever was next to the hotel. Mm-hmm. Went upstairs, got in a tub, I think.
It was a jacuzzi tub.
Yeah, the jacuzzi tub with our little mimosas. Mm-hmm. And I think I got pictures from that.
You better not.
I think I got pictures from you in the tub that night.
No. See?
It might be a different tub. But yeah. So so yeah, we did our we chilled in the jacuzzi tub and everything, hopped out, and then we went to sleep.
I'm waiting for the bone.
We woke up, the next day we did our we started doing our thug thizzle. We tried to rent some scooters, but what was they, too expensive?
I don't remember. I don't even remember.
There was some reason. There was some reason we couldn't get the scooters. I don't remember what it was. Mm-hmm. But so we ended up walking up the strip because someone did not want to get on the bus. Somebody did not want to get on the bus. Now, when we were in Vegas, one of my goals was to see New York Hotel New York. That I wanted to go there because I heard it was dope. But we didn't make it because we didn't ride the bus, and someone started to get some hurt feet after we done walked half the goddamn Las Vegas Strip.
First of all, we walked for like 4 hours.
Yes, we stopped in places and stuff like that, yes.
We were walking for like 4 hours one way. Mm-hmm. We were walking. Mm-hmm. So, and then by the time we decided to turn back, it was like nighttime.
No, it started being nighttime while we were on our way back.
It was night. Okay, whatever. It was nighttime.
And it didn't take us as long to walk back as it did to walk to where we were, because we weren't stopping at that point. She was so annoyed. She was like, "My feet is hurting," and I'm like, "It's okay, babe.
My feet was hurting.
Yeah, your feet was hurting. You know why? Because we didn't get on the bus.
First of all, see, you know what? See, this is what happens when y'all come over, because your boy be trying to act like a motherfucking ass.
I'm not acting like an ass.
Because he was not stressing us going on the bus. He was like, "You want to take the bus?" I was like, "No."
Because you already said you didn't want to get on.
I was like, "No." He was like, "Oh, okay. You sure you don't want to take the bus?" "No, I'm okay. We don't have to." He didn't make it seem like we should take the bus because I want to go see New York. I have not heard you say you want to go see New York.
I said that then.
I don't recall.
Okay.
At all.
But it's true.
I don't remember you saying, "Oh, I want to see New York," because if I knew that we were,
that's
that
why
was
we were walking so far.
If I didn't know that,
don't shush me.
If I would have known that that was the whole purpose, then we possibly would have gotten on the bus. I mean, I wouldn't have had a good time on the bus, but I would have been like, "Oh, okay." I don't recall you ever being like, "Oh, I wanted to see New York, blah blah blah." I don't even know what it is.
You gonna blah 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 my story?
Yes, because I don't remember you ever saying that to me, because I would have made a sacrifice and gotten on the bus.
Okay, it's cool that you don't. It's okay that you don't remember, but anyway, it was said.
But I told you that I would take the bus because you try to make it seem like I'm a bourgeois.
I did not try to make it seem like you're a bourgeois.
No,
I just simply said
like
that you didn't
want
to take the bus. No, I was not.
Whatever. I'm not bourgeois. And I will take the bus if I need to. Sure, ain't nothing wrong with the bus. Shoot. Shut up, Terrell.
And because we walked that long, which was cool with me, we walked. She was tired. We had to go back. But because you didn't listen to me and ride the bus from the beginning, your feet was hurting, you ain't want to go nowhere, and we didn't go to the daggone Nas and Damian Marley concert. So I didn't see New York. We didn't go to Nas and Damian.
You know what? Your boy is, I think he fit me. I don't think he ever told me about no damn New York. Now, he did say something about the Damian Marley thing, but then I said, okay, if you let me rest, we can always go back. No, we already back now. We already back now. Yes, she did.
Okay.
We already. Yeah, we already back. And now, I've been hearing about this damn Damian Marley and Nas for the last 9 years.
That's the real gripe. I had to set up the point why, because you had a valid reason. You had a valid reason why you didn't want to go out. Well, shit, my feet still hurt. My feet had hurt too. Probably not as much as yours, because I think you had flats on too.
I thought I had sneakers.
I don't think you had sneakers on, babe.
I think I did, because I remember I had on my green traveling pants, and I had on a green shirt.
But that mean you had sneakers on?
Yes, that means I don't always wear that with sneakers every time. And I know, guys, because every time I travel, every time I get on a plane, I wear this green jumpsuit. I don't know why. It is, huh?
Not anymore.
I still have it.
You ain't wear it the last time you flew?
When was the last time I flew?
It was a while ago, but you
I
still
did.
didn't wear
Yes, I did. I packed it, and I had it.
Oh, okay.
See, you don't know my life.
Well, you said you packed it, but you didn't. You said you wear it, so I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I did wear it. I thought I wore it. It's neither here nor there. I'm pretty sure every single time I get on the plane, I always wear it. So I'm pretty sure I did wear it.
Okay.
Verse.
Okay. Well, Z seems a little bit annoyed tonight.
No, I don't seem a little bit annoyed because you try to put me out. I got a bone, a big league.
Yeah. Okay. So let's pick the bone. Don't get all offended. Get your.
What?
What?
My what?
Get your panties in a bunch.
You know what? That's okay. Because I'm going to make sure my panties be in a bunch and on.
No, in
so
the
I
bunch
can go to
on
sleep.
the floor.
Nah, there ain't going to be no panty
I
ball.
rolled them off.
Nope. No, it ain't.
Yeah, but no, I'm not. It's not a serious gripe. It's just a running. It's just a running joke.
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't listen. So when we go back, we either Ubering it or we taking the bus. You get your ass on the bus.
Ubers, man. I mean, some of them Ubers be crazy. Remember we took that Uber to that one casino we had, and that dude was crazy as fuck. I thought we was gonna die that night.
Yugoslavian dude or something.
He wasn't. He was a white dude.
I thought he was.
No, remember that white dude and he took the wrong turn or something like that?
Yeah, he was cussing out and he was hitting them speed bumps too hard.
Hell yeah, the damn dark ass road. I just knew we was gonna be on first 48. I was like,
how the hell his ass gonna have us on first 48? We would have whooped his ass.
Fuck you, he scared the shit out of me. He scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh my god, we gonna die.
You didn't have to be scared. You was with me.
Yeah.
Hear that? Man. Solid steel.
That's right, baby.
But yeah, so anyways, so that was a little gripe I had with you. Next time I'm dragging your ass along. Cause we was acting old as hell. We was what, 20? I was 21. You 23. Was 23 and we was acting old as hell. We didn't even really spend
we didn't drink a whole bunch. I think it's because we went early. If we would have spent as much time as we did later on in the day, it would have been a little different.
But not casting any aspersions in the sand and trying to make it like you did a horrible thing and trying to hold it over your head. Would you say though that walk kind of put a wrench in some things? Because we woke up the next day and our feet were still hurting.
Yeah, I mean, I had fun.
Yeah, it was a fun walk. It was a fun walk,
yeah.
But that walk was that was pretty much the highlight. Not the highlight of our whole trip. Obviously, that was getting married. I'm saying, besides what we were there for primarily, that was pretty much the highlight of our trip. That walk, we did a lot of things that day.
But see, like I said, that's why I don't recall you telling me that you wanted to go to the New York.
I definitely did, because that's why we were walking so far.
I don't recall you saying that because I really do not remember that, and I would have made sure that that's something that we would have went to. I think
I said it was okay once your feet stopped hurting. I
would have personally made sure that we got there. That's why I don't recall you telling me that that's something that you.
We might have said we was gonna go another day or something. I remember because I was like, because you were saying your feet hurt, and I was like, well, we might need to turn back now because, we're gonna your feet hurting now, and we're gonna keep walking forward and have to walk all the way back. So yeah, next time we're gonna figure out some type of transportation.
Like I said,
compromise
we could take the bus. I said we can take the bus. We can Uber. We can fly. We can do whatever you want to do.
We need to go to Vegas.
Like I said, I don't recall you telling me that because I know that I would have made sure that we would have saw that for you.
We need to go to Vegas.
Anyway, we do need to go to Vegas. Well, I haven't been to Vegas in 9 years.
Damn, since we got married.
Yes, that was the last time I've been to Vegas.
I think it was
Yeah, you went without me.
I went on a guy's trip.
Guy friends, whatever.
Yeah, I went on a guy's trip. Serge was saying we need another one too.
Yep, and I'm coming. So
you can't come on a guy's trip. So.
First of all, you did say I could come. Don't try to act like I can't go now.
I didn't say you can. I didn't say
I can
you
come
can't
on a
go.
guy's
I was
trip.
saying.
Why I can't come?
Because it's a guy's trip. That's like me going on a girl's trip.
You can go.
I don't want to go on a girl's trip, and your girls don't want me on your girls trip.
I don't fuck if your friends don't want me to come. I don't know.
I know you don't care.
Fuck if they.
That's why I say you are perfectly welcome to go on the guys trip. But at that point in time, it becomes the guys trip and me and my wife's trip. The guys trip is there. They do what they do as the guys trip, and we're gonna do what we do.
Why can't I do what y'all do? Like if y'all want to go to the strip club, I can go to the strip club. I mean, I'm not gonna be
because I want.
bitches.
If I'm with my wife, I want to have my wife. I want to have couples. You know, married fun. I want to have couples fun. Fair,
because
like I want to. There's different things. I don't want to go.
When he goes places, she be right there. They go to strip club. Everybody have fun.
Would you like to go to an opera?
Where did that come from?
I'm asking a question.
I don't know. I've never thought about.
Like to go to like a screenplay, like a decent screenplay. Like what are the type of things that we like to do? We like to go see things, screenplays, something like that. Some certain type of shows, certain type of restaurants, whatever.
This all
they're
came
not the
out
same.
of nowhere.
No, I'm saying they're not the same thing as what the guys may want to do. We may just want to go to the bar and get drunk. I don't want to just go to the bar and get drunk with my wife.
Why?
Because I want to do something else. Like our potential of having fun. Like there's
funky ass guys trip anyway, and I hope y'all have a wonderful time.
No, I ain't being like that.
Because you don't want me to go.
I don't mind. If you go, I don't care. We'll make it our trip. No, then.
Because you're making it our trip. I want to go on the guys trip. I want to see what the guys be doing. I want to
come on the guys trip
and y'all do. If y'all want to go to
and you want to do it, and you're 100% cool with me becoming the guy that brings his wife to the guys trip. You're fine with that casualty.
No, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go. And like I said earlier,
why would you? You think you?
I don't want to go.
You would have more fun doing the guy things than doing stuff with me.
Not like that. But guys, when I'm with a whole bunch of people, there's a whole bunch of dudes, we be having fun.
It's
not I be helping them get girls and stuff. Like, we just have a great time. But I understand. I get it. It's fine.
So you feel like you have more fun doing the guy trip things than doing us things?
No, I didn't say it would be more fun.
So why did you say you don't want to do us things? You want to do the guy things. That's what you said.
I'm not saying that it would be more fun for us to do the guy trip thing. Why not? If I'm supposed to be, quote and unquote, your best friend, then why would I be able to come? But I mean, it's cool. I understand that you need, I understand that you need your own time with your guy friends, and that's fine.
It's not that either. What you're not understanding is
I understand what you're saying. You said when I come with you that you want to do stuff that we normally do. You want to have.
I would have more fun. I would have more if I had an opportunity in somewhere like Vegas to either go hang out with my guys or hang out with my wife. I would have more fun hanging out with you. So why would I go do guy things where? Oh, help! Like you saying, guys like me, they have fun, and we help them pick up. I don't want you to help them pick up girls.
Why?
What the?
They need love.
They can get their love. They can get their love from somewhere else. You're not taking all my attention, all my wife's attention.
See, that's what's wrong with you. You want to be selfish.
I'm a selfish person. Selfish.
First of all, that's nothing for you to be happy about. Anyway, so
I'm a selfish
that's
person
us
when it comes to my wife's time.
Married, because we have another topic to discuss that we've been trying to discuss for like the last 3 podcasts. Mm-hmm. So, go ahead, do the little backdrop.
let's talk about the movie real quick, the Bruce Willis movie real quick. First, I wanted to talk about that and transition into it. So we were watching a Bruce Willis movie. What was it? Yesterday? Day before yesterday? Sometimes this weekend.
Yeah.
It was called Death Wish. It came out last year. We were watching it on one of our many streaming services that we have. And basically in this movie, Bruce Willis was a doctor, surgeon, and his wife, he had a wife and he had a daughter. I think his daughter might have been like 16?
Well, she was applying for colleges.
Oh, okay.
So she may be like 17.
Yeah, shit. So she was like 17 or something like that. So basically something happened. The guy, they were at a restaurant and I think they were making a date or something like that with somebody saying, hey, we're going to meet at this place at this time on this day.
Okay.
And
they were at a restaurant because it was Bruce Willis's brother that was at the restaurant. So it was Bruce Willis, his daughter, his wife, and the brother. And they were saying, okay, yeah, they were talking around the valet.
I was gonna get that.
And I'm just saying, they're talking around to the brother. Now, the brother ended up asking Bruce for money. And it seems like he always asks him for money. He's kind of one of those people who, are always in a bind or, just tend to get into some trouble and he needs to get help. So he asked him for like $2,000. Mm-hmm. So when he asked him for $2,000, they were still talking around this valet. And
did the valet caught that part of the conversation?
Yeah, he was around. He was around them. He was looking around. He kind of looked up. He was looking around, but you could tell that he was there enough to listen, to hear it.
I didn't catch that he was catching that part of the conversation.
Yeah, because they were whispering to each other, but the valet guy was still around. And then he was like, "Oh, well, remember, we need to meet at this time at this place on this day because it's my birthday." And he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to be able to make it." And it was like, "Okay, go ahead." Yeah,
well, he was like, so. When the valet dude pulled up, the valet dude had just this is how I think, maybe I'm wrong, but this is how I remember it. They were staying outside. They were asking about the money. He was talking about the money, blah, blah, blah. He agreed to give him the money. And then the valet pulled up, got out the car. And when he got out the car, the brother said, he's the one with the money. And then that's when he said something to the valet guy. The valet guy went and picked up, they said, all right, remember we going to the place at this time, that time,
Yeah, but to me, that's not going to just make him saying he has the money, that means he's going to pay for whatever the transition is. That's not necessarily saying that he has money. That's why I feel like he was there or somewhere in earshot when he asked him for $2,000. And then he gave him the keys and he
went to go get the car or something like that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anyway, that's very insignificant.
Well, I feel like
as far as like whether or not he heard and he realized that dude has money. Then he realized that they were going out on a date that night. Am I saying something wrong?
No. Then he realized that they weren't gonna be home.
Yeah, he realized they weren't gonna be home because they said they were gonna go out on this day at that time, whatever. He went to get their car and he pulled up their address on the GPS, took a picture of it, boom. So fast forward, they supposed to go out that night, but like we said, Bruce Willis' character was a surgeon. So he got called in for surgery and he had to go in. It was also his birthday. Mm-hmm. They were supposed to go out to celebrate his birthday. So they ended up not going out. He went to go do surgery at the hospital. The wife and the daughter stayed home to bake him a cake. And then the wife started noticing like weird stuff. She noticed there was a draft in the house. Then she noticed the window was open. They had just came back home from shopping. And the daughter was upstairs looking for an iPad or something like that.
And then she started looking for a charger.
Yeah, and then she started looking for a charger. So the mom noticed the window was open. She closed the window and she was suspicious, which I liked about the movie. I liked the fact that she didn't I hate when movies do that. Your window's open. Your window's never open. It's probably a window that's never open. Mm-hmm. Like that window's never open. Like what the hell? Mm-hmm. Close it. Yeah. Anyways, like no, she was like super suspicious. Like okay, like she wasn't like I know something's wrong, but she was like that seems weird. She started looking around and she noticed dirt feet print.
Yeah, because when she closed the window, she looked side to side, and then she locked the window, and then she walked back to the kitchen where she was at. But when she looked back at the door, she noticed that there were footprints, the mud prints from outside. Mm-hmm. So then she started calling her daughter, and
that made me so mad.
Yeah, she
was like, "Come downstairs," and she didn't say nothing, and she was like, "Can you hear me?" She was like, "Dang, I'm looking for a charger. Jeez." And she was like, "No,
my
come
mom's
down."
being sour now.
She was like, "Come downstairs now." And as soon as she said that, the dudes pop out. So there's three guys. They pretty much say, the leader, he pretty much says, "Take us to the safe, give us everything out the safe. You guys will live." Cool. No bullshit. Mm-hmm. Of course, there has to be. And to be honest,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but to be honest, you have to kind of weigh the situation. Because you have to weigh whether you're going to fight or if you're going to do what they say or leave. You can kind of know if you're going to live out of the situation. Mm-hmm. And 2 out of 3 of the guys seemed like they were just there for the money.
Yeah.
They were not there for no ass. They were not there to for hurt the extras, them. Because they were there to get the money because
they were initially supposed to be there when nobody was home.
Right. And that was the whole purpose, because when the guy heard that they weren't going to be there, he was like, cool. So you could tell that clearly they did not want to. But then, of course, you got a third one who trying to be nasty. So, but go ahead.
Yeah, so of course there's always the weird guy who wants to do the extras, and he wanted to pretty much rape the daughter. So at some point in time, she stabbed him with like a knife or something like that.
Well, one of the guys take the mom upstairs, and they was like, look, if you just give me the whatever, like you said, then you'll live. So he takes her upstairs, and she couldn't figure out the number to the safe. Now, Bruce man, and she ended up watching it with us. She's like, oh my gosh, she doesn't know the number. I'm like, well, if you're in that kind of situation, you forget a whole bunch of shit. First of all, you got this person behind you. They got a gun. They like, you better not try to get into amnesia now. Your life is on the line. So she's fumbling around trying to, make sure that she knows the number to the safe. Then she's just like, oh yeah, my husband has this. He has that. Just take whatever you want. He was like, oh, thank you. It's kind of you. Whatever. So downstairs, though, one of the guys, he's looking for something. He's like, where's the rope? And so he's looking for the rope, whatever. And
in the kitchen, which was the weirdest shit ever.
Yeah, so he's looking around. And so the guy, he's looking at the girl all, on some nasty shit. And the other guy that's looking for the rope, he tell him, we not here for that. This is not what we're here to do. We're going to find some rope. We're going to tie them up. That's it. He's like, that's not what we're here for. And to the other burglar. So he goes, he looks for rope and stuff. So while he looking for rope, now you can tell from these dudes that that's not what they're about. But now you got a little Mr. Nasty Ass. And the guy, he ended up putting a knife. It looked like a gun, but it had a blade on the end. He put the knife on the counter. So them little nasty, he over there touching on the girl's leg and trying to get with her. So by this time, the guy finds a cord. And so he's like, man, just give me like 10 minutes, man. Just trying to be nasty. And so he's like, that's not what we're here for. I told you that shit. Da, da, da. Now, in this time, the girl then grabs the knife and she cuts the dude's face that was trying to be nasty. We're going to put a pause there. At that point in time, I was kind of annoyed with the girl because I'm like, if you were going to cut him, you should have done so when it was just you and him. But when the guy came back, everything good? Yeah. But when the guy came back, he clearly checked the dude and was like, this is not what we're doing. We ain't here to do that. So to me, she kind of put herself in harm's way at that point, because once he was like, that's not what we're here for, he checked him, then she should just let it play out. But no, she grabbed the knife, she cut the dude's face. He took off his mask. He's like, oh, this bitch cut me, I'm gonna kill her, da da da. By this time, the mom and the other burglar is coming out. And, he's like, what the hell going on? And he's like, this bitch cut my face. And he's like, well, that's not what we came for. But she just saw your face. So he's like, fuck it. And at this point in time, she did see his face. So he like, fucking no witnesses. So I kind of felt like she should have just played it out because the dude got checked. But they ended up getting shot. So
yeah, you don't want to be the aggressor in that situation. You want to, buy your time and wait until you're pretty much cornered, or that somebody's going to harm you. At that point in time, you had one guy trying to harm you, and you had two people, one in kind of in passing say no bullshit, no games.
Yeah.
And the other one actually dead ass check him like, yo, chill the fuck out.
Yeah, that's not what we're here for. That's not what we're trying to do. So at that point in time, I mean...
But, I guess you can't tell somebody how to react when they feel violated. She might have just, been on edge.
True. I mean, I get that, but...
I guess I would have understood it more like if he actually did it.
Right.
And
that's what I mean.
Just, you know what I'm saying?
And she was just all to pieces. Mm-hmm. For example, put a pause there. The other day, we went to the corner store. It was, all of us, me, you, El Boogie, Bruce man. And we went to the corner store, and you and El Boogie went and got out of the car. Mm-hmm. Y'all went to the store. And so there was this old security guard. He looked like he was drunk off his ass. Like, he looked drunk as hell. But he came over, and I keep a couple weapons in the car. You just never know what's going to happen. I got girls, the kids drive with me. So, and so when the guy came over, immediately when he started talking to us, we're the only car out there in front of the corner store. And immediately when he came over, when I saw him walking over, he was talking to us, I grabbed the knife and I had it on the side of me. And so, he was talking, blah, blah, blah. And I don't even think he saw Brett's man in the back. And so, we were talking, whatever. And then he wanted to, shake my hand. He shook it for a little longer than he was supposed to. And, you play it cool. It was what it was. But he wasn't rude. He wasn't disrespectful. He wasn't mean. He was a very nice man. Just telling me that he was, security. I think he thought he knew me because he kept saying, nice to see you again. And, I'm just like, I've never seen you before. Mm-hmm. So, we talked for a little bit. And then he walked away. And as soon as he walked away, you and El Boogie come out of the store. But I was telling Brett's man that you have to judge your situations. Because she was all like, oh my gosh. And he was talking. And I was like, ooh, I hope he not on no funny stuff. Because I'm going to have to, call the police. Or I'm going to have to run inside and get daddy. And I was like, well, you have to measure your situation. You always remain calm in that situation. You look around. Don't do it, of course, where everybody can see what you're doing. You do it slyly. You keep it cool. You talk to the person, whether they're cool or whether they're rambunctious, whether they got an attitude, whether they're just extremely flammable. You always keep your cool because you have to be the meticulous one in the situation. So I was like, even if he would have tried to attack, he didn't know that I had an ace in the corner pocket. He didn't know that I was packing on the side, or whatever, because he doesn't need to know. All he needs to know is, oh, I talked to the lady. She was cool. Now, if it would have gotten to a different level, then it can escalate to that level. But you have to be calm so that you can take hold of the situation. I said, because let me have reacted a different kind of way and just outright came and hit him or cut him or did whatever. And the dude could have been like, damn, I was just saying hello, which he was. You can't just react to because you don't know what they're there for. I was like, you just have to feel out your situations. And that's how I felt with this situation, that she didn't really feel out her situation. She didn't notice that the dude checked the other dude and was like, that's really not what the fuck we here for. We getting in, we getting out, we gonna leave. We're gonna go the fuck home. So I just felt like that's not what she did. But you're right.
I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad that you said that, you gotta be calm, you gotta assess the situation. Because, we don't want to tell the entire movie, but exactly what you think happens, what happens in these type of movies happened. Basically, he got hard and, he became a shooter. So, check out the movie. It's a great movie. It's a dope movie, Death Wish. It also had our girl Kimberly Elise in it from Set It Off. She's a legend in the community, right? Am I wrong? No? Okay.
She's a legend in the community?
Yeah, no.
What she be doing in the community?
Talking about because in the acting, like for black people.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Cool.
Set It Off. And
she straight, yeah.
okay. I don't know.
She was a little soft and Set It Off, but she grew some damn cojones grandes.
That was her role. But yeah, I'm glad that you said that about needing to assess the situation, because this movie kind of got us thinking about a subject that we have been trying to talk about for a while. Like you said, a while back, maybe a month or maybe even more ago, there was a break-in at Bun B, the rapper Bun B, half of UGK house. So apparently, so I'll just tell the story real quick. Apparently, a guy rang the doorbell. They were waiting on like a package from Amazon. So they thought it was the Amazon guy. So she went and she said normally she looks out to see who the person is or whatever, but she was expecting Amazon guy. So she opened the door, and as soon as she opened the door, the guy forced his way in. But he had a gun. He pointed it at her, and he basically asked her for, he basically asked her to get, where the shit was.
And at this point in time, Bun B was in the bathroom.
Yeah, he was in the bathroom upstairs. Sorry. He was in the bathroom upstairs, and basically the guy was telling her, get the stuff. I need, where's the stuff at? give me the money, stuff like that. Where's the safe, stuff like that. So her being composed in the situation, even though she was scared for her life, one of her main things was that she didn't want to draw him upstairs and to where her husband was, which was crazy commendable for her to be thinking in that moment, like, I'm just gonna direct him away. So she kept trying to lead him to the garage to take the cars. She wanted to take him to the garage to take the cars. Now, I think at some point in time, he heard the commotion going on downstairs. So he was on the shitter and he got up and he went and got a gun. And the dude heard him upstairs moving around. And she even shouted like, don't come downstairs, Bun, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And, at that point in time, she felt like he panicked. He went to the garage and he went to go take one of the cars or whatever. Mm-hmm. Now she was in the garage and I guess she was trying to close. She said she was trying to close the garage door.
Mm-hmm. And the guy couldn't figure out how to start it.
The guy couldn't figure out how to start the car because it was a newer car. He probably never been in some shit like that. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, guys. So she went back as she was trying to go back into the house. Bun was coming out, and she was like, "Nigga he was not dressed from the waist down."
Winnie the Pooh in it.
Yeah. So his nigga was not dressed from the waist down with a gun in his hand. So he went into the garage, and then at that point in time, him and the burglar got into a shootout. Mm-hmm. Now, did you see the pictures? Mm-mm. So there were pictures. Okay, there were pictures from like the garage and from Bun's car showing, like, of course, because he was shooting at the car. So Bun was shooting at the car, showing like all of the, where the bullet holes was. Like there was like 4 or 5 bullet holes in the headrest where the guy was sitting, but somehow he was ducking or whatever, and he didn't, I think he only got like shot in the shoulder. Don't quote me on where he got shot. I can't remember that exactly.
It was something that he will definitely live.
Yeah. So he only got like shot once, but apparently Bun had, and his claims are that he's very accurate, and obviously you are very accurate. It's not luck on your part to shoot in that spot 5 times.
And
it's
then
luck.
Never hit him.
It's luck on his part for you to shoot that spot 5 times and he not be hit.
It was definitely. I feel like it was definitely the Lord on either one side, because you can look at it that the Lord was on Bun's side, that even though he was rightfully getting robbed, who knows, cops could have came and it could have been an issue because he did shoot and kill somebody, if that was the case. And then you can look at it as the Lord was on the other person, the robber side, because this may not be his, this could be a wake-up call for him so he could do great things in the community and be this great person after all the stuff goes on, so who knows, what the story is for the person, but the Lord was definitely there, and he saved the dude's life with having so many holes in the headrest. He was gunning for him.
Yeah, I think the Lord, like they were saying, I think the Lord was in that room.
And they also said that he pistol whipped him or something like that. Yeah, with no pants on.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
Can you imagine being pistol whipped by someone with a dick out?
Can you imagine being pistol whipped by Bun B? Like specifically.
No,
like
but I hear. I mean, his reputation.
I
don't believe I've heard any of his records and stuff, but his reputation definitely.
You heard International Players Anthem.
Yeah.
And you heard Big Pimpin'.
Yeah.
But probably.
But
not
his
reputation.
not none of the aggressive
actual stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, apparently, he
Bun's a respected guy, especially in his city. So, but yeah, I thought what are your thoughts as far as the wife? We say Angela, yeah. So, what are your thoughts about the wife Angela and her actions, like her thought process and stuff like that, and what she did?
Well, I think it's definitely commendable. You just try to put yourself in that situation. You're just like, to me, one or two things is gonna happen. Either I'm gonna try to hold this dude here until you came down and you're able to shoot shit at him, because I know we got guns all around this motherfucker. So either I'm like, okay, I'm just going to have to hold him off, make sure that I don't go anywhere with him just in case they try to kidnap me, and until Verse comes down here to shoot him. Or, most definitely, you're just like, okay, I cannot have him get upstairs to where my family is, my husband is, or whatever. Especially because in that case, it's just them two there. But in our case, we have small children. So just like when the man came to the car, even though he wasn't a threat and he wasn't being violent, you always have to think that it could be. Someone could be violent. Someone could have a chip on their shoulder. This could go really bad. So in that case, with my child in the car, you ain't getting in this motherfucker. Like, you're not taking us anywhere. That brings me to another story when me and where I worked at that time, we were handing out waters to the homeless people. And it was me and another lady from work, and she was just oblivious to everything. She's like, oh, hi, we're here delivering waters. And everything was all sunshine and rainbows. But I tend to always be an extra observant person. And after being there, we're giving out waters, and we were at this huge park. But after getting deep into this park, you just kind of realize that something ain't right. You just have that feeling. So I tell the girl, and at this point in time, I have bridesmen with me. I'm like, okay, we need to go back and start going back to the car. Now, halfway going back to the car, I turn around, and there is a shitload of homeless people following us to the car. And it just didn't feel right. And one of the dudes was hella aggravated, just upset with the fact that we were there. And I remember that I took Leah, and I told her, and I'm like, when we were almost at the car, I said, you get in the car. And she looked at me, and she was young, but she was old enough to understand. I think I would say she was 6 or 7. And I was like, you get in the car. And I tossed the keys inside the car with her. And I said, you lock this door, and I'm going to lock this door, and you don't open this door until I tell you to. But with a couple of the dudes being so aggressive, I knew that if we don't handle this situation with finesse, this shit gonna go bad. Because these are homeless people, and most of the time they have nothing to lose. And so I tossed the keys in the car, I made Leah get in the car, and I locked the door. My thing is that you're not getting my kid, regardless. So if that's how it's gonna play out, and it's gonna be me and you gotta go through me to get the kid, you better shoot and kill the shit out of me, because you're not gonna get my kid. And that's how it is in that situation. When you put yourself in Angela's shoes, it's like, okay, if it's just her and her husband, you're not getting my dude. Like, whatever was gonna happen here is what's gonna happen here, but you're not getting upstairs. So I can definitely see her mind frame as, okay, well, we have this, we have all this stuff down here, you can have whatever you want. And then she kept saying that the guy was just like, oh, well, what's upstairs, and what's that, what do you have up there? But she's basically like, nah, you're not doing that, you're not going upstairs, you're not gonna get him, and I can see her doing that. I mean, like, even if it was just me and you here, you have to think, like, do you want this guy to die? Or do you even want your dude in this situation where he could, even if we didn't have the kids here and it was just me and you kind of thing. It's just like, I feel like, and I've said it on another podcast, I feel like I have to, and I don't have to, protect you. I know that you're a man and you're big and strong and you can protect me as well. But if I get to a situation first, they're not getting to you. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what the fuck you think is going to happen. Even if it's just a fight. Oh, where your nigga at? Why? Nah. We're not doing that. Get your bitch ass out of here. So I get where she was coming from.
Yeah. That reminds me, too, of a story out here as well. One day I was taking Bud's Med to go bike riding with her cousins. And I went, drove over to the cousin's house, and I pulled into the neighborhood, and I remember there was a guy outside on the, like, standing in his front, in his driveway on the phone. Now, when I came around the corner, I could see the guy. He was on the phone. He was looking at my car, like, trying to see who was in the car. or whatever. And I was just paying no mind. I was like, niggas just be standing out, always trying to watch who's in the car or whatever. So I pull up, I go, I'm knocking on the door, nobody's answering. At that point in time, I call my sister-in-law and her husband, and they're like, oh, we're already, started the bike ride. We're right down the street. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll come over there. So I get out, I pull out the driveway. When I pull out the driveway, I start to drive down the street. Now, the turn that I need to make is not even that far from the house at that point in time. So I back out of the driveway. I start to pull down the street, and then I can see a car. A car comes and is coming in the direction of me, and it's on the side of the road it's supposed to be on. But then they like swerve over, as if to like they damn near sideswipe me. And then another car right behind it like came in and tried to turn in front of me, like as to cut me off.
To block you.
Yeah, as to block me. So I like moved to the right so the dude don't sideswipe me. And then I see the dude trying to stop me, and I go to the left to go around him. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, so I start driving. I make the left. I get to the next stop sign, which is not that far from where I made the left at. And I could see them like busting U-turns and turning around. I'm like, what the hell? So I go and I make a right and I get on the next road. Now this next road is wider. It's longer. It's more of a main road. It's not a main road, but it's not a residential road for real, because it's, there's no houses off of that road. Mm-hmm. So I get on that road, and at that point in time, I'm like, all right, go fast. I'm going to speed up. If they turn the same way that I'm turning and they're going fast as well, they're chasing me. Mm-hmm. So I start doing that. I start realizing that they're hitting the corner, coming down the road just as fast as I am. Then I see, before that, when I realized they were chasing me, I told Bruce Willis, I said, when I tell you to, get down in the floor and stay there until I tell you to come out. Mm-hmm. So she was like, why, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, do it. Listen to me. If I tell you to get in the floor, you get in the floor. Mm-hmm. So at that point in time, I'm really like contemplating what I'm going to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at that point in time, I saw my sister-in-law and her husband. I saw them on the side of the road or walking down the sidewalk with the kids. So at that point in time, I'm like, okay, cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the car over right next to where they are. And then at that point in time, I'm going to tell Leah to go with them, to get out the car and go with them. And I'm going to get out of the car and direct attention away from the car and them. Mm-hmm. So I pulled over right close to the sidewalk where they were. I hopped out of the car and I started walking to the middle of the street. Now they start pulling up and they slow down and they come and I can see the dudes, they looking at me and and then I could see one of the guys it seemed to me like he had his hand in his lap, like he had something or something. I don't know. But then he's like, oh, wrong person. And then they go off and then they just leave. I'm like, okay.
It was funny. I remember that story, but I remember when you told me you were pissed, and I think you did you were able to say something to them, because you were like, when you told me, you were like that you turned and told them, like, you can't just do that to people. You can't just chase somebody down. You were like, I got my fucking daughter in the car. Mm-hmm. And he was like, you don't know, or you were like, you don't know what I have. You can't just chase down the wrong car. Mm. And then you said the dude said something else, and then, they pulled off or whatever. But I remember you told me, and I was pissed. Cool. And as soon as you told me, I was there. Mm-hmm. I was like,
I don't remember where you was.
I don't remember where I was either. But I know one thing. As soon as you told me that shit, who won't there? Where the fuck them niggas at? I was like, where was the last time you saw them niggas? And he was just like, it's okay. It was the wrong person. No, fuck that. Because what the fuck you did just do was you just chased down my motherfucking man in our car with our fucking kid in the back. Who the fuck is these niggas? And he was like, no, we not going back over there. I was like, you said that they was at the house, right? You said that it was somewhere close to the house. What house was that? You would not tell me where it was. I remember I was there rather quickly. I don't know if I flew. I could have teleported. as quickly as I got there, but you wouldn't tell me where you saw them at. But them niggas was about to heal some fire in his eyes or some shit because I was pissed. I was like, and I agreed with you. You cannot just chase somebody down that you do not
I don't know who the fuck I look like.
I don't know, but that shit pissed me all the way the fuck off. But
that shit what had me upset about that situation, like you said, is they don't know what I could have had. And the fact that I don't know what I could have had. This is a theory that I have about not being able to not trusting someone because they don't because they don't trust you. Mm-hmm. So this is a theory that I have. Like, you can't trust someone that doesn't trust you because they're not going to act in a manner of them believing in you and them trusting in you. So the fact that we don't know each other, they don't trust me, I don't trust them. I'm already in my head thinking they about to pull some bullshit. Mm-hmm. Like, thinking I'm preparing for the worst. I didn't have a gun on me at the time, so it's like, if I did, I would have did the exact same thing, except I would have hopped out the car with my gun out. Mm-hmm. And at that point in time, they see me with my gun out. They don't even, at that point in time, who's to say they even get close enough to notice I'm somebody else? Mm-hmm. They start shooting, I start shooting, or whatever. Mm-hmm. Now, we done just shot at each other, and somebody could have got hurt or died because a mistaken identity, because you thought I was somebody else.
Mm-hmm. And that shit happens all the time. Oh, I thought he was such and such.
So, like, I thank God that I didn't have anything on me, because that's what I probably would have done that, because I'm thinking they're trying to get me. I don't know that they think I'm somebody else.
That's what anybody would have done. Like, yeah. I mean, I don't like guns, but I mean, if I would have had one, if I was in your situation, if I would have had one, I would have hopped out the car with the gun too. They may not have seen it. I probably would have had it behind my back. Just like, is there a problem here? Like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on?
I wouldn't have had it behind my back or nothing like that. I mean, I probably would have had it like, yeah, you're probably right. I wouldn't have had it tucked nowhere. I probably would have had it just
it would have been in my hand, but it would have been
side where, because I wouldn't have had it tucked. It would have been cocked. It would have been ready to go, because I don't know what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
These stories have me really thinking. Bruce Willis been in some shit, and she didn't even know it. Mm-hmm. Didn't even know it. We had a fire. We almost got attacked by homeless people. Mm-hmm. You almost got chased down with her. We was in a couple car accidents. Like, but Smith is here for a reason. I can tell you that.
So yeah, that's true. So before we close out, I wanted to, I guess, briefly, or how deeply we go into it doesn't matter. I want us to talk about our views on firearms in the house, because of these situations. They arise. I'm a person that believes that we should have a firearm in the house. Now, full disclosure, the conversation we have neither confirms nor denies whether or not we have a firearm in the house. Mm-hmm. But I'm a proponent of having a firearm in the house. I think that it is necessary to be prepared for whatever walks through that door. I mean, not whatever. I mean, I guess if fucking tactical SWAT team 6 came in the door with fucking flash grenades and semi-automatic rifles, you fucked.
Right.
But the average threat that you expect to come through your door, you could use that to be prepared. And I'm a person that believes that there are a bunch of people that believes that guns create violence. Like, the fact that you have a gun in your house is gonna breed violence into your house. Like, that's gonna cause people violence. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you have that in your house is gonna cause violence to come your way. I don't believe that. I believe guns could be used as a deterrent for real. Like, for real. Like, a lot of situations, guns stop the shit. Say somebody break into my house and they come in there with a knife and I get a knife. Oh, well, it's a fair fight. If he feel like he can take me with his knife, he gonna try to take me with his knife. Mm-hmm. Now, if he come into the house with a knife and I pull a gun and go click clack, nigga, what the fuck you doing in here? He might be like, oh shit, I can't beat that gun. I need to exit stage left, or whatever. Or you're not gonna exit stage left. You're gonna stay your ass right there. People that's watching, they don't know I'm pointing the gun right now. You're gonna stay your ass right there, And you
What is it? Your finger pistol?
Handgun.
Oh.
That's what I said. I be telling motherfucker, yeah, I got a handgun, homie. That's my that's my handgun. My 2 fingers and my thumb. That's a handgun. I can never
get that. And I always say finger pistol every single time.
It's a handgun, bro. But yeah, nah. So, so yeah, I'd be like, stay right there. I think it deters it. There was a friend of ours. He was telling us a story about how him and his girlfriend at the time was staying in like kind of a rough neighborhood, and they were sleeping in their bed, and they heard some noise, and somebody was trying to break into their bedroom window. Mm-hmm. And he grabbed his gun, he pulled it out, he pointed at him, he told him to get the fuck out of his house, and that's what the fuck the dude did. Mm-hmm. And they never came back. Quick deterrent.
My opinion is. And like you said, this doesn't confirm nor deny if we have weapons in our residence.
Yeah, just your view on it.
But I don't like guns. I mean, even though I took one to the head and I'm not dead. I don't necessarily like guns, only because I don't like to shoot them because of the kickback and all that other stuff. I'm not really a fan of guns, only because another reason is I feel like if you're mad enough with a gun in your hand, stupid shit can happen. And it's at a blink of an eye that someone's life can be taken out of a silly act of rage. And, people are hot-headed. I know I'm hot-headed as hell. Like, sometimes I don't think, and I've seen a lot of people as well, they don't think when you're mad, and you just get to the point where you just trying to make your point, or whatever the case may be, you're just mad. So I don't like guns because of that, because I feel like a temporary issue has become a permanent problem, and I don't necessarily like them. However,
you feel like
I'm
sorry, real question. You feel like that's a possibility or a risk amongst family members in our household?
Not necessarily with family members within your household.
I'm talking about us.
Yeah, I know that. But what I'm getting to is just like, no, I'm not saying like if I get mad at you, I'm just gonna point a gun at you and be like, "What's up, verse?"
Right. And I wouldn't do that, right?
Oh, you're crazy.
I knew you was gonna say that. See, we being serious.
You are a sociopath.
Oh Lord! All right.
You are. I mean, people just think you're so nice.
It would have been nice to hear that you.
But I love you, and I don't think that you. I mean, if I ever die, it's probably gonna be because of you. But I don't. Wow. I don't think that you would just shoot me with a gun. But I mean, you never know. Like, you have arguments with people, and you just never. I don't think us within this household, we have an issue with us, and we gonna pull out a gun on each other. But I still think, like, if something pop off, if you just like, oh, well, I got the gun, I'm gonna go get the gun, and then if I got that, chitty chitty bang bang your ass, and that's just what the fuck it is. It's I don't know. I just don't like it. But I believe that guns in the household is necessary? Absolutely. Because of situations where someone's breaking in, even if you are not planning on shooting it, which I never believe that you need to take a gun out if you ain't gonna use that motherfucker.
Facts.
But, even if you don't plan on, even if you're trying to wave it around for just the fact that you're just like, hey, I got a gun, get your ass out of here. But I think that in situations like those, someone breaking in, someone's trying to come through your window, someone's trying to rob you, someone's trying to rape you, someone's cracked out or high or whatever the case may be, and you need to defend yourself, guns are necessary. So I would believe that I'm torn. I'm more of a knife person, because I think knives get you up close and personal, and you have to actually think about what you're gonna do, and then you have to have enough balls enough to do it. Like, are you mad enough to put this knife through someone's flesh? And most of the time you're not. And it's it's that up close and personal that if this is about to go down, then it's about to go down. That's the kind of thing I think you have to think more when you have knives. And if someone, like I said, I'm a knife person, so if someone is that close enough to me, and if I have my blade, and if I'm able to cut you, you're in my personal space, and I felt threatened, you will get sliced. So, I don't know. As far as guns in the house, I think they're necessary. But I mean, when you have kids, they plunder. That's my main reservation, I would say, is that kids plunder. And of course, you have to have a gun safe, and you have to have this, you have to have that, all the necessities. And then, of course, don't hide it from your kids when they get to a certain age, and they should be able and license. I don't know if they can get licensed, but they should be able to shoot or know how to. So I believe in all those things. But, before the age, I guess, that you feel comfortable of doing that, kids plunder and shit. And that's how they find a gun. Oh, my dad got a gun. It's so cool. And then, boom, somebody's shot. Ain't that how Lil Wayne got shot? Didn't he shoot his damn self when he was a little kid? Like stuff like that. It's scary.
Yeah, that's why you got to have the precautions. And then there's a fine line between having precautions to protect the kids from tampering and stuff like that, and having too many precautions to actually have it accessible to you and
right.
in time of a crisis. So it's a little give and take with that. I think a safe is the best option. A safe with a combination probably is your best option, because some people may think a safe with a key is your best option because you can hide the key, and as long as the kid can't have access to the key, then they can't get inside. But then at the same time, I feel like a code is not something you could just have access to. You have to know the code. So yeah, once they get the code, then yeah, they always got the code. It's not like you can hide the code, but you can change the code to these locks, I believe. So, I think that's a necessity. I think it's also a necessity to have a trigger guard. Trigger guard is a necessity. And I think it's like this. Like I said, there is a fine line between having enough safeguards to protect it from your kids accidentally getting it and using it, and having too many safety guards to be able to access it in a timely manner when you need it.
Right.
Now, me personally, I feel as though that it is 100% worth the risk. Can y'all be quiet, please? It is 100% worth the risk of, you listening?
Yes.
It is 100% worth the risk of not being able to get to it super fast just so that the kids can be protected. I believe that. So that's why certain things, have to happen or, need to be in a place when that, because I feel as though, hell, I'll get to it. It'll be rougher for me to get to it. I'd rather take that than my kids shooting somebody or shooting themselves because, I might need it quickly.
Right.
So, it's just, put those safeguards in and make sure that you are well trained, not well trained, but well able to get to it without having to try too hard.
I would say
I'm just saying
classes,
that wasn't the word I was looking for.
Right, but I'm gonna say, take your classes and go to the gun range, and and when it's necessary for the children, teach them gun safety skills,
We need to go to gun range
and things like that. So I definitely agree, and for the most part, if you're not no super rich person, someone really trying to steal your stuff, or if you're not a threat, most of the time it's just somebody trying to break in to sell whatever little bit that you have. It's not like it's a kingpin. It's not like it's SWAT. It's not like it's you have these people looking for you. So most of the time it's just safety, and that's
the risk of that type of threat where your handgun, the risk of the threat where your handgun's not going to be enough to protect you is very slim. Like, unless, what are you doing? If like, that's what I always say, like, will somebody come to the house with AKs and stuff like that? Well, at that point in time, what are you doing that is trying people
that much firepower?
That they need that much firepower, and why don't you have enough? If they feel like they need that much, that's why I say with the whole when we start this that our conversation neither confirms nor denies it, because you can walk across the damn door if you want to.
That
you don't know
lock
what's on the other
door
side.
Was not to protect me. It was
Exactly.
to protect you.
You don't know what's on the other side of that door. So, I think it's a necessity. I pray and hope that they don't take that right away from us, as it seems they are trying to do with the fools that just because they loose with who gets a gun and who you know what I'm saying? They want to take guns away because they loose with who get a gun.
I just feel like everybody's always like, oh, it's terrorists, and not everybody, just the law. It's always like, oh, it's terrorists, and you people can't have guns and this and the third. And it's like, okay, you do understand that this is mainly young white people that have guns or that's doing the mass shootings. It's not the Arabics, you know, for the most part. It's not the Muslim people, but for the most part, when something goes down, that's who it is. So, I mean, even though I have my reservations about guns in the house, I do believe that it's a necessity, and you just got to do the extra steps to keep you and your family safe from you having a gun in the house and from the people who, you know, if anyone threatens to do anything to your household.
Facts. I feel like there was something else. I was going to say right there. Can't remember. Oh, well. So let's go ahead and leave with love because we are about an hour and 25 in. You want to do our anniversary we love the most?
The anniversary we love the most?
I have one.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know which anniversary it was though.
Okay.
But it was the one where we went to stay at the Radisson and we was at Fort McDowell. We drove up to Fort McDowell and we stayed at the Radisson and we went downstairs to a little restaurant and we had this expensive ass meal and fucking the plates was small as shit. And I'm like, man, that's some bullshit. I'm like, that's some bullshit, man. We ain't finna
so much shit.
We ain't finna get full off this expensive ass shit, man. Damn, we ate that shit. We was full. And it was fucking great.
And we had enough to take some back with us. But when that food first came out, we was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is this?
What is this? Yeah. I don't know if it was that same one.
Talk about a bed of rice. It's a cot of rice.
I don't know if it was that same one, but it was the one where we went to go play bingo, and I had curly hair, and because my hair is always different, but I had crochets in. I had curly hair. It was like the lunar bingo. Okay, that's the one we ended up going to. I think we went to dinner beforehand, and then we played bingo. That was one of my favorite ones, and also when we went to the expensive room where they ended up upgrading us, and we went to that expensive room, and I had took some pictures, and you in a shower with a nice round rump roast.
Damn, do we always not? Because I was thinking that's what we was gonna do this weekend, but damn, are we basic? Do we always do the same thing?
Well, we do what we like. Yeah. Fuck it. We're not doing this to impress nobody else. We like to go play bingo. We like to eat at the buffets. And that's what we like to do.
Buffet with the crab legs.
Shit. And the only thing we would have did that was different, we would have went to the beach. Yeah. But yeah, so that one when we had that expensive room and it was like I don't know, we was at the top of the thing. We overlooked the city. And it was just it was so dope.
That shower was great. I love that shower. The overhead shower. Was great. Man. So yeah.
Yes. So those were some of our great anniversaries, our staycations that we went to.
Yep.
But it has been a pleasure. 9 years, some ups, some downs, some, hard times, some breakups, some infidelities, some, a lot of good times, smiles, being together. But I would not trade you in for the world. It's worth it, especially with the person that you are now.
But I would trade you for the world, but that would be only to give you the world.
He's so sweet. Yeah. I think I just got a toothache.
So before we leave, we want to plug ourselves. If you guys are enjoying the podcast, please let us know. Email us at forbetterorworsepodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up on Instagram at _forbetterorworse_. Hit Z up on Instagram at official_novels_by Z or by_Z. So pretty much official novels by Z _ in between everything. And then hit me up at VA_verse on Instagram. I've been feeling like we should make a Facebook page, But I've been feeling like we shouldn't. Like,
I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I mean, for the most part, just hit us up at the Instagram and the Gmail.
Yeah.
Just let us know if you guys have any topics that you want to discuss, or if you want us to talk about certain things, just let us know. Or if you're enjoying it, because we definitely appreciate you guys, and we see you guys tuning in. So we definitely appreciate y'all. Listen to our craziness, our crazy stories.
Big shout out to the family, Daniel and Tita. Their podcast starts next week,
June 1st.
June 1st. Interested in, no, not that. This next week. This weekend.
Mm-hmm. June 1st.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Really excited to see what they about to bring with their podcast and all of their other co-stars that are on the podcast with them. We want to have them on soon, but man, we promise you guys, we're gonna get another couple on. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get another couple on. We're gonna figure out a couple. We're gonna get a couple on this weekend. We promise you guys. So,
and of course, we always got to shout out what's in your cup.
Yes.
With Folk, Ricky T, and Lady Tay.
They just had an episode talking about abortions and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna check that out tomorrow morning.
Yeah, because stupid ass laws that people want to be passing. But yeah, so and I mean, we'll definitely have our collab with them. We want to do some collabs with Trilogy and also his wife Andrea. I always call her Andrea for some reason.
It's Andrea.
I know.
You said Andrea.
Yeah.
Oh.
With Andrea. Then we also want to do
Andrea.
with Ray and Sean, which is my brother and my sister-in-law. And we want to have Daniel and Tita on. So we have a couple
Kurt
people.
and Rezo.
Yes. We do have a couple people that we,
we got a lot.
have.
We need to book like 3 couples one day and just go and be up there all day. Just podcast after podcast after podcast, and then boom.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
I wonder if I'll stop talking at that point. My talkative ass. Sometimes I'm long-winded as shit. I just be like, God damn.
We'll see where you at. Because I be doing that.
You be doing
Podcast
what?
after podcast. We'll see where you at.
Or whatever.
Where your stamina at. Show you
Anyway.
where my stamina at. tonight.
Anyway, we
Tell my ass.
appreciate.
You better tell these people that I'm about to be all up in it.
I'm not telling these people nothing. Yeah, right. You know what? Your boy be talking all this shit because what happened
I'm about to cut your mic off. I'm about to cut your mic off.
That's my mic off. Let me see if the thing moves. What happened the last time you was over there talking shit? Your ass went slam to sleep. To sleep.
I was
all
tired,
that shit.
damn it.
No, you want to talk all that shit on
We
the
are
podcast.
over. We are over the
We're over
limit.
because you over there.
We
She
over
gonna be
the
all
limit.
up in nothing but them sleeping, your drool on your pillow. Don't play. Don't try to act like to these people that you about to be tearing that ass up when you about to be asleep. So don't talk shit.
Oh, so I don't tear that ass up no more?
Nope.
I just sleep? Okay.
No, what's...
Okay. They were like, damn, did y'all hear that podcast? He said, Troy don't tear it up at all. All that nigga do is sleep.
I didn't say that.
What up, y'all? What up, sleepy ass verse? Sleepy ass nigga. I don't be sleep like that.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the last time he was talking shit, he went to sleep. I'm not saying that he don't be tearing it up on the regular. They know that's neither here nor there. That's not in your business. See, now y'all being nosy. All I'm saying is that last time he wanted to be up here talking shit in front of company, he went to sleep. So
our podcast is starting to get... Well, this one's shorter than before, but we went 2 hours some change last time. So
I know. But thank you guys for coming over. We definitely appreciate you. We hope to hear from you soon.
That's big fact. Damn, did my phone die? My phone died. Son of a bitch. Well, in that case, we're signing out of here. I am VA Verse. Across from me is my elegant, wonderful, curly-haired, smiling as usual wife Z.
And you guys are listening to For Better or Worse.
Catch y'all next time. No outro. Fuck y'all.
That is so mean. Don't say that to them.